the meal, I have bought a 500ml cream for $4.53 and 42 cents on an onion. And kitchen staples that I'm allowed to use if I need to: salt, pepper, garlic, butter or margarine, oil, soy sauce, flour, sugar and milk. Just going to get my rice done. Just giving this a good rinse a couple times until the water's clear. Get her on. I'm going to start making a bread. I'm going to use 1 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of cream, and then 1/4 cup of water, and we're going to try to make a dough. Dump it out, and I'm going to knead it for about 5-7 minutes until it starts to spring back and is nice and soft. I want to get it to a point that when we push it, it starts to fill back out. Into a bowl, get it covered, and to the side. With the mince, we are doing up our meatballs. Grate in our carrot. It's also going to help give us some moisture since I can't use eggs. Going to chop up a couple cloves of garlic. And finally slice our onion. A bit of salt and pepper. Probably going to go a bit heavier on the pepper. And then bring that together. A little bit of the oil. Once they're in the pan, you don't want to fuss with them too much. You want to make sure that they brown off properly before you turn them so that they don't fall apart. Meatballs out. And the rest of your onion and garlic in. Now once your onions are translucent and your garlic is fragrant, you're going to add in your tomatoes. We're going to cut the tartness of those with a little bit of sugar. Add in a little bit at a time and taste it to make sure that it's where you want it to be. You can always add more, you can't take it out. Season to taste, I'm going to go in a bit heavier with the black pepper, a little salt, and now some cream. Probably say about 300 ml. Going to have another quick taste and check that seasoning. And now she's bubbling, I'm going to add my meatballs back in to finish cooking through. While that's on the oven, I'm just going to quickly make our flatbread. Little oil. So it starts getting these air pockets like this. Good to go. Almost ready to flip it. Just get some butter on there. Don't mind that. Meatballs and tomato sauce. I didn't have it in my budget, so I haven't done it, but I normally would. Found this bag today for $3 for a cup of cheese. Almost tempted to cheat and do it, but I'll leave it to you. So we have our flatbread, our rice, and our meatballs.
It's bomb. Yum.
Welcome to episode 2 of Your Pantry, My Kitchen, where I take your leftover ingredients from your house and try to create a meal. Tonight we're in It's That Veg Girl's Pantry with chicken drums, frozen veg, carrots, leftover sour cream, pasta, and tortillas. As always, I have a $5 budget. I have done $3 on this 1 cup of grated cheese, a Pam's taco seasoning, $1, and then 97-cent can of tomatoes. And there are also a few staples in there that I'm allowed to use if I need them. I'm going to start by getting some water on for the pasta. Now, this part may be a little bit annoying, but you got to do what you got to do. I'm going to remove the meat from the chicken drums. You can absolutely chuck the whole drum in and cook it, just like this. I'm going to cut around the top of the bone, then make a slice along the bone, and just peel the meat out, under the bottom and out. It's going to release just like that. Now I'm just going to cut the chicken into chunks. Bit of oil, and we're going to fry up our chicken. The water is boiling. I'm going to go get my pasta in. Give your meat a turn, and we're going to break in our garlic. You can chop it. I'm just being lazy. And your carrot. And you just want to cook that down until your carrots start getting soft. Chicken's almost cooked. I'm going to add in my taco seasoning. And now your tinned tomatoes. If you're confident your chicken is cooked, give your sauce a little bit of a taste and add some sugar if you feel like it needs it. Now with our tortillas, I'm just going to chop them into triangles. Just going to brush a tiny bit of oil on them, 200 degrees in the oven until they're nice and crunchy. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of water to make sure that it stays loose, and some of the corn. Right now is the perfect time. If you have any canned beans, add that in, frozen peas. Time for that cheese. Get it on low. Cover it with your lid, tin foil, whatever you got. Finishing touches, our sour cream and our crunchy tortilla chips.
Yeah, fuck with that. That's goodies. Yeah, nah, that's bomb. You got some? Not first, but I'll get first, but fuck y'all.
This is episode 3 of Your Pantry, My Kitchen, where I take leftover ingredients from your house and try to create a dinner. Tonight we are in Natalia's pantry with chicken drums and potatoes. This one I can definitely do. As always, I have a $5 budget that I can spend on ingredients to bulk up the meal. I have chosen an onion and $3.50 on a bag of peas. It doesn't have to be peas, it can be corn. You can get $1.50 broccoli, just whatever veg you want. We also have a few kitchen staples that I'm allowed to use for free. Salt and pepper, soy sauce, garlic, butter, oil, sugar, flour, and milk. Now I'm gonna start by chopping down my garlic. And then slice up our onion. Into a pan on low heat, I'm going to add about half a cup of soy, about a tablespoon of oil, our garlic and onion, a few twists of pepper, and about 4 tablespoons of sugar. It could be brown sugar, white sugar, raw sugar. If you're looking for that sweetness, we want to try to create like a teriyaki glaze. We just want that sugar to dissolve. Now for my chicken, I have cut slits in it just so that it cooks a bit faster. I'm going to pour the marinade on top. Onion fries, and now get her into the oven. I have the chicken on at 190. With my potatoes tonight, I'm just going to do a mash. If you have any other veggies in the house, carrots, pumpkin, kumara, add that in the pot. Got that on camera. Nice. Now mash your potatoes however you like. I'm using butter, but you can use margarine. You can use milk. You could use cream, sour cream, mayonnaise. If you've seen my husband make mashed potatoes, you can use eggs. The chicken is going to release some juices, so it's going to be really saucy in there, and I want to keep all of that sauce. So I'm going to make a thickener out of some flour and water. But yeah, corn flour would be better. And we're looking for a smooth slurry like that. I don't know, but I'd be happy with that for dinner. Quickly dish her up. Got our mash. Oh my goodness. Marinated chicken. A whole lot of that sauce. And then whatever veg you decided on. Leftovers? Nah. Welcome to episode 4 of Your Pantry, My Kitchen, where I take the leftover ingredients from your house and try to create a meal. Right, we're in Rauri's pantry with chicken, eggs, tomatoes, rice, and potatoes. And of course, I'm allowed $5 to bulk up the meal. I've spent $3.05 on a 300ml cream and $1.89 on curry powder. There are also a few pantry staples that I'm allowed to use if I need them. I'm gonna start by getting the rice ready. This meal isn't gonna take that long. Make sure you wash and rinse your rice enough so that the water's clear. I'm just gonna chop down our veggies. Also, I would normally use onions, so we're leaving that out today because it wasn't on the list. Chop down our garlic. We're just gonna get a little bit of oil into the pan. Now I'm using chicken drums. It did say chicken thighs, but I have drums, so we're using those. Just want to cut some slits in there to make sure that the chicken cooks all the way through. And we're just gonna start browning off our chicken. Once they're brown all over, remove the chicken from the heat, and we're gonna start frying off the potatoes. Now we're gonna fry off the garlic until it's fragrant. Some curry powder. Then you're gonna add in your tomatoes. These are all gonna slowly break down and make a beautiful sauce. We're not thinking spicy curry here, we're thinking more like a butter chickeny type of curry. And then some water. We want just enough not to quite cover the potatoes. And we're gonna add back in our chicken. Get the lid on, use tin foil if you have to, and just let her simmer. It's been cooking for about 7 minutes. I'm just giving the chicken a turn. It's already got the most beautiful colour on it. I'll say that my chicken is about 90% cooked through. I've taken the lid off and I'm just going to let the sauce start to reduce. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar just for balance and to cut any tartness that those tomatoes have given. Season with salt and pepper. And now we're going to add in some cream. I'd say about half. With what's left of your cream, you can definitely make the flatbread that I've made earlier in another video. Give her a taste and see what she needs. Do you want more sweet? Do you need more salty? I mean, that's pretty good. Now we're just going to leave her alone until she thickens as much as you want. So my pot is boiling. I'm just going to go get our eggs on. Don't even judge that. If you've never had a curry with eggs in it, you're missing out. Top with your boiled eggs. Just try it. Just try it. And we're done. We have our rice and our chicken curry.
A bit of tang would be nice.
We don't have money for tang.
Wow, we got kids too who don't like tang.
No. Don't even make your joke. I can already see it in your dumb head.
I like me some tang.
Welcome back to episode 5 of Your Pantry, My Kitchen, where I take the leftover ingredients from your house and try to create a meal. Tonight we are in Toby's kitchen with onions, potatoes, sausages and frozen veg. Now I'm allowed $5 to spend on ingredients to try to make this a meal. I have gone with $1.89 Pam's pasta sauce, and you're going to spend $3 on this block of cheese. Now I have some cheese left over, so I'm going to use that. I'm not spending an extra $3 on cheese I don't need. And then of course I have some pantry staples that I'm allowed to use for free: salt and pepper, garlic, butter or marge, sugar, flour, oil, soy sauce and milk. I'm just going to start by peeling these potatoes. We want to get them ready to mash. Always salt to water. And now with our sausages, we're going to break them down. Now the good thing about saucies is there's normally extra flavour added in there, so you get the extra flavour for free. Alright, I'm just going to chop down my onion. A little oil into the pan, and I'm going to start frying off my onion. And now we're going to add in our sausage meat. And you want to use that spoon to start breaking it down. I'm just going to add a bit of pepper and the frozen veg. Ow! Now the pasta sauce. I am doing a tomatoey based one, but you could also do a cottage pie sachet. A cottage pie sachet that's like $1.80, or you can even do a Mexican type mince that's like $1.30. So change the flavors up of your food. Now always check the seasoning of your food. Give it a taste, see what it needs. If it's a bit tart, add some sugar. If you want some heat, add some chili. If it tastes dull or flat, which this one shouldn't because it has tomatoes in it, add a bit of vinegar or even some Worcester sauce. Adjust the food to how you like it to taste. Alright, she's good. We're just waiting on that mash topping. Now mash your potatoes however you can. I'm just going to rough the top up with a fork. Sprinkle on your cheese and into the oven until it's all gooey and brown and delicious. Like me. Okay. Yeah. Every day.
Good sausage. That's my sausage.
This is episode 6 of Your Pantry, My Kitchen, where I take the leftover ingredients from your house and try to create a meal. Tonight we're in Winnie Savannah's kitchen with sausages, kumaro sweet potato, spinach and pastry. Yes, you already know I'm making one of my favourites. We're going to make double happies. With the $5 that I'm allowed to spend, I have gone for 1 onion, a couple of potatoes, and you're going to buy this block of cheese. And of course there are a few kitchen staples that I'm allowed to use for free. Just going to start by getting our kumara on. And your potatoes. Just going to chop down the onion. And now you want to fry her up. Once those have gone translucent, you're going to add in your spinach. few cracks of pepper. Now we're going to break down our sausages and get the meat in there too.
Mom's charger. Where is it?
Now get your hands in there and mix it all together. Now you just want to mash down your kumara and potato and let it cool. If you put it into the pastry pot, it's going to wreck your pastry. I'm just going to get out the pastry. Getting my sausage mix in there. I am making 2 of the amount of pastry that I have. Kind of big boys, so it's a double happy it needs to be. Spoon on your mash and then that cheese. Now you're just going to close them up. I like to crimp the ends just so I know it's not going to open. We got them. And give her a wash. You can use milk, egg, melted butter, and then into the oven so they're nice and golden and puffy. I have my oven set for 200 degrees. Can't even tell me nothing. That's delicious.